Hello everyone and welcome to Oakfield Farms Live with Morpheus Simulations. Okay, so I'm using... Hello everyone and welcome to Oakfield Farms Live. Just give me a sec, I got some feedback here, guys. Okay, so I'm using... Hello everyone and welcome to Alright, so guys, I'm using a new platform, OBS.live. So, can you guys all let me know, does the sound of my voice overpower the sound of the game? Does the sound alright? If any of my viewers there can let me know, give me a thumbs up. Hopefully it sounds good. Sounds good on my end, as I just wrote there. But I don't know what you guys are hearing, so can someone let me know, please? Just trying to get everything set up here where it's new. So, anyway, I'll continue. If someone lets me know, that'll be great. So, the last time we were here on Oakfield Farms, which was a while ago, we have 3 grass fields, and we cut the grass in all of them. So now what we need to do is, I'm just going to grab, which one will I grab? I'll grab the 850 class. We are going to... go down and we're going to get our tedder and we're going to toss the grass over and get it dried to make some hay. So I'm probably going to use this field right here to make hay. Another field we're going to make grass, and on our other field we'll make silage bales. So that way we'll have a little bit of everything for animals, so we can get the animals in the game. So the first thing we'll do is we'll get the tedder and we'll go and make some hay. Now, I think the best field for the hay will be this one here. Now, let's zoom out a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. I think this is a bit of a bigger one, so I'm going to move away from the edge a little bit. Yeah, this is huge. I like it. Yes, I can. I can see YouTube chat, and I can see Twitch chat. I actually like this OBS.live a bit better. Hey, how you doing, Tony? Good to see you here, buddy. Yeah. That's eating it up. Why is it not tossing it? Is this a weeder? I thought this was supposed to be my tedder. But that's just eating the grass up. If you're writing on YouTube right now, I am getting comments on YouTube. Okay, no, I'm not getting the YouTube ones for some reason. I'm just getting Twitch. So, just bear with me. Bear with me. Everything is new on this, so I got to... I don't know what's going on here. Now, I think when you type in Twitch, I see it. But I'm not seeing it in... let me see. See if there's anything here that tells me what I can show. So this is all Twitch. For some reason, I'm not getting the YouTube stuff. So, if I...
Hello. Welcome back to Oakfield Farms. So something strange happened. When I loaded into the game this morning, I knew I had more of this field.
Just bear with me, guys. I'll get this fixed. All right, Tony, type something in YouTube chat now, see if I get it. See, that's our tedder. And this here is our weeds. I think I'm using the weeder to tedder grass. Isn't that something? Yeah, I got it there now. Yeah, I can see your comments on YouTube. I actually had to use the restream chat. So I'll look up the settings after, just to see what I'm doing wrong, so that way I can see both. Like, I noticed when Papa Smurf was on the other night, he had some kind of like restream bot that allowed him to see both. So I don't know, I might have to fool around with it a bit more. But it was like the other way. When I was using Streamlabs OBS, I would only see YouTube chat, not Twitch. Yeah, I don't know if I like it yet either. I'm still negotiating. Try it out, and I'll try it out for this stream to see how it is. And I like OBS or Streamlabs OBS better. I'll be honest about that. Now I think I got the right piece of equipment. Actually lost a bit of grass because of that. I don't like that. So eventually in this field I'm going to place a lot of sheds and placeables and all that, but right now we'll use it for the grass. That organ, I tell you, every time you come by that church, that organ is some loud. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm better off doing it the old way I was doing it with the Restream interface. But you know, it did advertise OBS.live. You will be able to see both Twitch and YouTube. I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. But apparently it's not doing it, so I'll probably go back to Streamlabs OBS. I like Streamlabs OBS because you can put themes in and all that. And then when I do my recordings, I just use regular OBS for my recordings. Wow, it's getting dark. I forgot. I was going to sleep before I actually started. But then I quit my game and I started up again, so... And then I forgot to sleep, so we're going to need some light here. Now, I missed a little bit up here. I want to make sure that I get this. There we go. Now we can put this away and we'll get our windrower. Imagine, look at that. Morpheus actually backed up into the shed and never banged into anything. Yeah, exactly, Tony. I agree. Yeah, what they say and what they actually do are two different things. Now, I'm just going to run up to the farmhouse right quick and we'll sleep so we can get it back to morning. I find it hard sometimes to... I'm getting old, so I find it hard sometimes to do work in the nighttime. I need my nap time too, right? Alright, let's shut this down and we'll go in and have a quick nap. Get some energy back and we'll get back to work on... Imagine, we just finished a couple of episodes baling and all that on Mercury Farms, and here I am on Oakfield Farms, going baling soon. Yeah, I'm going to sleep for a good 12 hours. Like I said, I'm old, so I'm going to need as much as I can get. But the sound and all that sounds okay, does it, Tony? That's my main concern. Hopefully the sound is good. Alright. Look, I went to bed last night and forgot to close the door. Why is the door not closing? Okay, there we go. Now, what a beautiful day to do some grass work. Oh, thanks, Tony, man. I appreciate you giving me that feedback, man. Alright, so I'll look after the other fields first, as it's raining. That hay over there should not really be hay right now. So we own this field down here. Used to, I think it's field 12. I know on 17 it used to be a different number. I think it was field 10 on 17. Now, let's unfold this puppy now. I'm going to start over this way a bit because this is a fair size as well. Now, let's unfold it. Nothing worse than trying something new and hopefully everything goes good in the stream. Everything is looking green over there on YouTube, so the stream quality looks good. Now, just let me position my camera the right way. Now, this is going to be our silage field. So we'll do all of our silage bales here. And then we have field number 10. And we'll do our grass bales up there. Or actually, yeah, I'll do grass bales up there. But we don't really need a lot of grass bales. It's mostly hay and silage. So I might actually do a bit of hay up on field 10 as well, because I don't think we're going to get a lot from that small field there back by the farm. Yeah, I watched his stream last night, and I just tuned in for a second. I don't know if it was his bit rate or whatever, but I mean, it was not bad, but I think, like, with this here, it's one of them things that you got to fine-tune it. That's why, like, I came on earlier, and I just wanted to make sure my settings were set properly. So I tried to follow the exact same settings I had with Streamlabs OBS. But it wasn't really looking good. So that's why my stream started earlier and then I stopped and came in and I changed my startup scenes and all that. So that took a while. That was a bit of editing in Photoshop. Now, I don't think that gate, yeah, the gate goes out this time. I remember in 17, with that gate used to come into the field. So every time you come up around this corner, you would have to close the gate. There we go, I'll just get a bit of this here and we'll go back around again. It's good to see Wayne streaming. I haven't seen one of your streams yet, Tony. What do you usually normally stream? Farming sim, or do you do a multiple different array of games? So I'll run that side. I'll get that little bit after. Yeah, might have to reduce the game settings or the bit rate. I find the bit rate is the biggest, depending on his... See, when you're setting your bit rate up, it's not dependent on your computer. It's dependent on your internet upload speeds. So I think I have my bit rate set at 4,000 or 4,500. And I find that does a fairly good job. Now, once I start going a little tiny bit higher, like I tried it at 6,000 once, and it's stays in the yellow for the stream quality, which it's not buffering or nothing all the time, but I like to see the stream in the green. Worst thing about the trees, you can't see nothing. Oh, football. That sounds fun. Now, when you say football, because you're UK, do you mean soccer? Or do you mean American-style football? I think I never streamed it, but I did record one episode on Euro Truck Simulator. I actually enjoyed it, but it didn't get many viewers, so I don't know my viewers liked it or not, so I never really did another one after. Alright. I got grass going everywhere. I'm not worried about taking it. We'll get it all picked up in the end anyway, so if it all gets pushed over to one side, I don't mind that. Yeah, soccer. I got a soccer game on my PlayStation 4. Not a very good one. It was a free copy of it that you can download off of the PlayStation. Going around in circles here. Now I find, you know, when it rains on FS19, it can rain for like the full day. On 17, at least it only lasted for a little while and you can still get work done. Alright, there we go. Shut this off and fold it up and we'll go on to the next field. So we've got a nice bit here for some silage bales. Oh, did they? I'll have to go check them out. MSI, they make good quality stuff too, I gotta say. Alright, I will leave this field here to windrow last because, I mean, this series here is not all realistic, but I'm trying to keep it as real as possible, and hay is supposed to be dry grass, so it's not a good thing to windrow it while it's still wet in the rain. 777 pounds and 77p. That's that would make it almost, well, yeah, that would make it about over 1,000 Canadian dollars. Sounds like a good motherboard. What chipset is it? 1150 or socket? Is it 1151? And I know the last chipset that they had was the Z390. So are they gone to a new chipset? That's the worst thing about upgrading motherboards and stuff like that. You got to make sure that it goes with your processor that you have. If not, then you got to go out and get a brand new processor. Like, I'm pretty sure that my processor is a socket 1151. X570. Oh yeah, AMD. That's out of my realm. I'm 100% Intel. I don't think I would ever own an AMD. I had a laptop one time and it had an AMD processor in it, and it just gave me nothing but grief. So I said I would not ever have an AMD processor ever again. Now, there are people out there that would never own an Intel. I mean, Intel processors are expensive. And that's actually, if that's an AMD processor you're planning on getting from MSI, Oh no, you're talking about a motherboard. The motherboards are expensive, but the processors are cheap. Cheaper. Alright, what's the work speed on this? 11 miles per hour. Not up a hill, though. Come on, tractor, you can go faster than that. You're getting the Ryzen 9 3800X. That got released today. What's the price on that one? Did they really? So you know what's going to happen now? Intel is hard at work now, and they'll come back with something even better. It's always the way. But I mean, I follow the benchmarks somewhat, but you know what? As long as my processor can handle what I need it to do, I'm happy. I mean, I don't need to play a game running it at 120, 150 frames per second. Because anything over 60 frames per second, you're not going to notice it anyway. $398 for that processor. That's not bad. That's not a bad price, though. You know, you look at Intel, you want to get their latest and greatest, you're going to pay a lot more than that, that's for sure. But that's good, you know, if AMD keep on coming out with something that can beat Intel's technology, and the price range is a lot lower, then that's going to force Intel to put out better quality and lower the price. That's what happened back several years ago when AMD started coming out with fairly good processors, and a lot of people were going over to AMD. Intel started reducing their prices on their chips and making them a bit better. Yeah, I know. They're not going to bring nothing out till next year. But see, Intel know they dominate, see? And that's why they're like that. It's like when you're going buying a smartphone outside of Apple, because Apple is Apple. But outside of Apple, you look at all of the Android phones, Samsung lead the market. They know they lead the market. So they can get away with just making one phone every year, every couple of years. Like LG and Nokia and all these other cell makers, they don't have the quality that Samsung does. Now I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm not even going to try. But there's that Chinese company that are into making cell phones. Now they make good quality phones too, I hear. Hawaii or Huawei or I don't know how to pronounce it, so. Alright, I missed a little bit over here, so I'm just going to do a roundabout here and we'll go back and get that bit. What's that called? It starts with a H, like HW. I even remember even Google tried to come out and make a phone. That wasn't very good. All right. Let's shut this down and fold it up. We can go. I might as well go do that hay field now, I guess, because I don't know how long this rain is going to last for. Now, if I want, I can actually even mow this field here as well. Now, I don't know if the grazing mod is implemented in this map, and I don't think I have it, but that would be a good mod to get as well. Also, on this one here, I was having troubles with the contractor mod with a few other mods that I'm running, so I took the contractor mod out. So hopefully they can put an update for that contractor mod and make it a little bit better. Now hopefully I pulled in enough so when it unfolds it don't hit the fence or anything. Yeah, that's the name of it. That's the name of the company. And yeah, I think I might mow it. It'll give us a lot more to make silage and that. What do the sheep need the most? Is it hay or grass? Or do they give the same quality hay or grass? I never really touched a lot on the animals in this game yet. So like when it comes to what they require, like I know TMR is the best for cows. Horses require oats. Most of them require straw. But I think the sheep... Oh, that never went very well up on the hill. Come on. Yeah, I think it's grass. How you doing, Bryce? How you doing, my buddy? Now, guys, this guy here you see on YouTube watching us here now by Bryce Saunders. He's a good old buddy of mine from Flight Simulation, and I wouldn't be playing this game or streaming this game if it wasn't for him, because he took a break away from Flight Sim and started doing some farming simulation, and he told me all about it. Well, I actually knew about it because I remember I downloaded a free version of Farming Simulator 15 and I started playing it, and I mean, I've said this story before. I started saying how boring this game is. I said, how could anyone play a game where you just go around and farm fields? It's boring. And he got into it, and then I learned about mods, and I started playing multi-server with him. And here I am today, playing Farming Simulator. And you know, the funny thing is my wife curses him out a lot, because she said if it wasn't for him getting you into Farming Simulator, she said, I hardly ever see you again because you're in your office playing that damn game, she says. Alright, another field done. Now let's go put this away and Next, we got our baler we got to go pick up and start baling this up into bales. And it's almost like we're back on Mercury Farms again, guys. But I guarantee you there won't be 2 or 3 streams of me baling constantly. Alright, Bryce, man, thanks for dropping in, buddy. Yeah, I will. I'll tell her you said hi, man. She said thank you, Bryce. She said she misses you. Alright, there you go. That done. Now, before we get into baling, guys, I'm going to just step away for a second and grab a coffee. And then when I come back, we'll start doing our baling, and then we'll have to do some wrapping as well to make the silage. So, I want to try out my new screen, so just give me a few moments and I'll be right back. Oh, you miss her too, do you, Bryce? I'll let her know, buddy. Alright, guys, I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. So did you like my new Be Right Back screen? I created them, so I might actually bring them over to Streamlabs OBS. I never ever thought I would be doing this again so soon. But I spent so much time on Mercury Farms lately, I wanted to do an episode on Oakfield. So I got the stream with Nick, the Hick, and the gang later. And then I'll be talking with Dragon and that, and we'll correspond to see when everyone is streaming. Yeah, I try to keep it nice and tidy. Now, let's unfold this. When you unfold it, it takes the wheels from the back and puts them on your feet or picker-upper or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. The only thing is I got the starting soon screen. And I think I should have put on the subscribe and follow on Twitch on that one as well. Okay, so that's weird. This is grass. And do you see the texture of the bale? It almost looks like hay. Now that... Oh, I know what it is. That is actually hay. Because there was still a little bit of hay left in the baler from when we were doing the hay up on field 2. Now the only thing is I won't be able to wrap that one up, so we got one more, or not hay, straw, sorry. So we got one more straw bale anyway. I was getting a bit worried. I said, you know, that don't look like a grass bale to me. Now guys, I'm after drinking a lot of coffee, so if I'm talking fast or anything, let me know. I'll slow down a bit. I'm after drinking that much coffee, my wife keeps on telling me I'm bouncing off the walls. Yeah, she hides coffee around the house like the Easter Bunny, and I gotta go around finding them. I use a Keurig. And she takes them little pods and she hides them on me, and I got to go around looking for them because she says I drinks too much coffee. Yeah, I got to drink less coffee. Coffee's no good for you if you drink a lot of it. But I mean, if you're not drinking coffee, what are you drinking? I have a Diet Pepsi every now and again, or a Monster energy drink. I enjoy one of them every now and again. Well, we're making quite a few bales here, that's for sure. The grass was very plentiful. You know what else I don't like about this? It don't even show how many people are watching. In Streamlabs, it would show me how many people were watching. Now, I got my YouTube open and my Twitch open on another computer there, but I got to turn to see it. So just let me have a look, guys. Okay, so we got 4 on YouTube and 5 on Twitch. So I just want to thank everyone for coming and tuning into my stream here this morning. I will be returning later on this evening as well, and we'll be back on Mercury Farms. We got a lot of work. We got our 2 fields that we enlarged. Well, actually, it's 4 fields, and we enlarged them and made 2 bigger fields. So now we got it all plowed and cultivated, and now we're getting ready to plant on them ones. Oh, thanks, Tony. That's all. That's all I had to do. All I had to do was ask you, and you would have told me. I don't need to turn at all. Yeah, I do. I like a scatter bit of tea every now and again. A nice blend of orange Picot. Now my wife, she has not ever drank a cup of coffee. And I remember one time, we have a local coffee shop here. People in Canada and maybe even the US will know. It's called Tim Hortons. It's a coffee shop that was first opened up by a retired NHL hockey player by the name of Tim Horton. And it's a coffee and donut shop. Just like Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks and all that. Well, Starbucks don't do the donuts, I don't think. So anyway, I went down, and she likes the hot chocolate. So I went down and I got her a medium hot chocolate, and I got myself a medium double coffee. And when I got home, she ended up picking up mine, and she took a sip of it. And I say she was sick for about a week. So she's definitely not a coffee drinker. And there's some people out there, they can... I mean, you give me coffee throughout the day, I can drink 10, 15 cups of coffee a day. Oh my, we had a lot of baling to do. I actually should have got the tractor to follow along when I was doing the windrowing, actually. Because the worst thing is then on this field here, then we got to come back with the wrapper after and wrap these bales up. Yeah, exactly. Now I can drink coffee in the morning, or I can drink coffee just before I go to bed at night. Sometimes it affects me, most times it don't. I can have a cup of coffee and then go lay down into bed and go to sleep. It'd be nice if when they do these textures on the ground, they make different prints, because if you look at it right now, it almost looks like a... You can tell the texture because it's the same all the way down through once you cut the grass. Too bad there wasn't a way to put in multiple textures so it blends it all in and it don't look almost like a quilt, we'll say, because right now it almost looks like a quilt. Like if I took a measuring stick now and measured them little, like right here, oh, I don't got my mouse. I can't show it with my mouse, but if you look at all the little white patches, it looks like a little round circle. They're all evenly distributed around the field. Looks like little squares. Yeah, no, I usually use a cream, half and half, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not really fussy on fresh milk in my coffee. Or tea. We use a milk here in Canada called carnation milk. So it's like a thicker kind of creamy milk. You get it in a can. I don't know if everyone in Canada, I know it's where I live, we get it. I think this is the second biggest field we got, so I think field 10 will probably take a little bit longer to bale than this one. I think field 10 is the biggest of them all. Yeah, It's used on desserts a lot too. Yeah, exactly. Let's get in the cab for a little bit and follow this way. Look at that over in the church. It's the middle of the day and they got the lights on. Wasting electricity in the middle of the day. What do you need lights on in a house for in the daytime? They don't even have any curtains up to the window. So has anyone tried that new map yet, the Oakfield Farms? I got it downloaded. I haven't been into it yet, but I'm looking forward to trying it out. I like that it's based on a true life farm. And now there's another one, if I'm not mistaken, by listening to Silver News, the guys that won the modding contest last year are making a map, and it's going to be based on Millennial Farmers Farm, if I'm correct. Now, if I'm not correct, I apologize, but I'm sure someone will know if I'm correct or not. But I thought there was a post, and it was on Millennial Farms website or YouTube channel as well, that this group, and I can't remember the name of the mod group that are doing it, but apparently someone is doing it. And I thought it was supposed to be for the mod competition. Now guys, I'm not worried about all the little tiny pieces that are around that I missed. If we're close to filling up the baler again towards the end and we need a little bit more, I'll go around and grab them. But by the looks of it, we're doing fairly good on the bales here anyway, so it's not like we're going to be short. And it won't take long for the grass to grow anyway. And we'll be able to cut the grass and make some more. And we also got the sheep meadow and the cow meadow that we can actually cut as well. That's where I miss most of my grass when I'm picking it up, is around the turns. That's why I like to stay outside. You can't really judge it while you're in the cab. I tell you, these grass bales are certainly, they fill up very quickly. So the yield on the grass cut must have been really good. And I have no additional mod in to make the yield any better. Just standard gameplay. Yeah, Dragon was using this one. Papa Smurf mentioned OBS Live. Dragon was using it last night. And so I said I'd give it a try. They said that it was supposed to be good, but I'm not feeling it. So I think I'm going to go back to my Streamlabs OBS on my next stream. All depends when I look at the video after to see if the video quality is any better. Like, Tony, do you see any difference in the quality of the video from this one here today and the one I did last night? Now, how are we doing? We almost got enough for another bale, so we'll go around, pick up a little bit around here, and we'll make one more bale. Yeah, we'll have enough to get another one. Yeah, I didn't think you would, because I mean it's pretty much the same settings, same bit rate, all that is, and OBS is OBS, right? And I think there's a nice big swath of it over here that'll fill us up totally. There we go. So let's go in and let's see how many bales we actually made from that. Now I think it's in, what menu would that be in? Not this one, this one here. So creative bales. This session we made 29 bales on this field. That's not bad at all. That's a nice day's work. Now we'll go over and we'll bale up the hay, and then we'll go up to field 10 and get that all baled up. And then we'll see how we're doing on time, and if we got time we'll come back and we'll wrap these bales up here and we'll get them to start fermenting and turning into silage for us. But I want to, I'm going to probably lease for now because we don't have a lot of money. But now I don't know, just let me, sorry for keeping on going in the menus. I don't think we've taken out a loan yet. No, so I can take out a loan actually, and I might buy an animal trailer so that way we can bring the cows and all that over rather than just having them dumped in on the map. Take this turn a little bit slow so I can pick up. We don't have a lot here, so I'm going to try to make sure I don't miss a lot here. And whatever we leave around, I'll pick up at the end. Yeah, just a new overlay. That's all. But you know what? All them starting soon scenes that I got created, the be right back and ending when you'll see the ending one at the end. I mean, I can bring all them into Streamlabs OBS anyway. Like, I like the one that I was using in Streamlabs OBS because it had a bit of animation with it. But I like the one I made because it more or less personalizes for whatever map I'm doing. Now, how are we doing on the diesel exhaust fuel fluid on this map? So we're at 84% here. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And what I like about Streamlabs OBS that is not in on this one is, with Streamlabs OBS, I had it all set up that if anyone wanted to make a donation to the channel, the link was in the description below, but with this one, it's not there. I guess I don't have it set up properly in this one. Now, hopefully it resets the bale count. It probably won't because it's probably going to think that this is the same session rather than going around. I like looking at that because rather than going around counting all the bales in the field. Now, pick up all this little edge stuff here that we missed. Now guys, if anyone don't like that organ music from the church there, I apologize. Unfortunately, I can't, I don't think there's a way of getting it out. I guess I can always go into the Giants editor and remove the sound trigger, but I don't mind it. Alright, let's get this last little bit here. So as you can tell, this is a much smaller field, so we didn't get a lot of hay bales. Now I think we require hay bales for making TMR. Or no, is it hay and silage and straw, or is it grass, silage, and straw? Because if it is hay, then we're going to have to probably go and cut some more grass later on in one of our other grass fields and get some more hay made. Oh. I shut the engine off on my tractor. Put it back in gear and let's get the rest of this. Just give me a sec there, guys. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Look at that. The grass just grew back automatically right in front of our eyes. Now, it's only at the first stage yet, but that's how fast the grass grows. We basically cut it in the last episode, which was the previous day, and here it is starting to grow back already. Now, it's going to be harder to see all the little bits that we missed. I don't know if there's enough left in this field to even bother picking up all them little tiny parts, which I'm not even going to bother. No sense. Now, when we go up to the other field, because there's a little bit of hay in here already, our first bale is probably going to be hay. I think it should turn to grass, because the majority of what's going to be in the bale is grass. Now, maybe it might. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. Because right now we only got 104 liters of hay in the baler. So we'll soon find out, won't we? Yeah, it's going to be hay, because hay was into it first. So we'll get one more hay bale out of it, even though we're doing grass. Now, I tried to do the field back and forth this way a lot, so that way when we drop our bales, they're not going to roll down to the bottom. Now, I find the rolling of the bales in 19 is a lot better looked after than in 17. I remember when I was in 17 and I made bales in this field, not really thinking about it, I actually kept on going up and down the field when I windrowed, and every bale that I made ended up down at the bottom of the field. Let's see how far this one's going to roll. See if we can stop it. Now, if I just slowly move forward. No, it's going to roll, so it'll probably just come down and bang into that fence there. So, everyone that's watching, what would you guys like to see happen on this farm? Like, eventually I'm going to try to bring every animal in. And pigs, of course, will be last. I'm going to start off with cows and sheep, I would imagine. I'm actually going to bring something into Mercury Farms on the episode tonight, guys. So tune in and see what Morpheus is going to add to Mercury Farms. And I don't think I've had it in any of my series or episodes to date. Now, I'm just wondering, where are the horses for on this map? Where is there must be a horse paddock. Now, I don't know where it is. It might show it. I think it's actually, just give me a second. I'm thinking it's over here. Yes. Right up here, the stables. So the horse paddock is up there. Okay. Oh. Well, I almost ended up in the water. I got it on cruise control and I forgot when you go into the map, it don't actually stop you. That would have been something. In the river, or in the little stream. It's not really a river. Oh yeah, look what you got done now. I knew I was going to do something stupid like that. As long as they don't end up down in the water. Where's that one going? Please stop. Okay. It's in the bushes. I think when they hit the trees and the bushes and that, they usually come to a stop anyway. Which they should, because, I mean, that's what would happen in real life. Well, guys, we'll have all this baling done soon enough. I just wish you could put a worker on it, and the worker would follow the swaths that you got down, but there's so many gaps in between them when you windrow that it just wouldn't work. I got most of that on that turn, so I'm getting a bit better at it. Oh, look, that one is rolling. Now, where's that one going? That one might actually go into the stream. So I'm probably going to have to get the strongman mod and put in so we can actually lift the bale. And I think that one actually went in the water. That's the only downfall about this being a grass field is the slope on it. This is one where you want to use your loading wagon instead and pick up your... And I might do that on the next time around. We'll put a nice hay loft so we can store our hay and straw and grass and all that stuff. And we'll start picking up some loose stuff as well. I don't mind doing the bales because the bales, you keep a few bales around the farm and it's like what you see in the real life, you know, you got bales just stacked up on the farm like your yard. I was watching a YouTube channel one day and it was all about real farming, and it was a bunch of guys, and all they did was they had a it was a milk farm, I guess. So all their fields were corn or maize, and they would turn the maize into silage, and they also had some wheat crops, I believe, and they would make their straw, and they had stacks of bales, I say 100 feet up in the air. It was cool. Just watching them, how they would go in with they would put them all on a flatbed on a tractor trailer, and they would go over to where they would store them all, and then they would have these big machines, and they would pick them up probably 8 at a time, or 4 to 8 bales at a time, and stack them. Man, it was awesome to watch. And then they showed how they made their silage, their TMR. Alright guys, we're just about finished. Now see, we can use this field out here. I'm probably going to mow that at least once. And we'll do a combination of grass, hay, and silage on that field. And I think the sheep field is just as big. But you know, hats off to Oxygen David, the creator of this map. He really does a great job. And what I like about this map, believe it or not, and it's something so simple, what I like about this map, and there are a few maps out there now coming out like it, it's not actually when you're playing the map. It's this here. When you go in and look at your PDA, it's actually a Google Earth or Google Maps image. I think that's so cool. Even looking down at the small mini map, same thing. You're looking at a Google Maps image, which brings a little bit of realism and realism to it. Sorry there, I got tongue-tied for a minute. Alright, so how many more? I say we'll get 3 more bales at least out of this field. Actually, I thought this field was bigger than field 12, but it's not. I don't think we're going to get as many bales out of this one as what we did in field 12. And by the looks of it, we might even lose some bales. We probably won't be picking them up and storing them this episode. I'll probably do that on the next episode. Because once we get this done, I want to... You know, I was thinking about renting a a trailer to pick the animals up, but I think I'm just going to buy them and get them basically delivered, and we'll pay the fee to get them delivered. Because, I mean, once they're delivered and that, we don't need that trailer anymore. It'd be different if there was, like, factories and we'd have to load the cows up or sheep or whatever and bring them to different areas to get butchered, or... You know, it'd be cool to have a factory in here where you would have to take your sheep and they would share them, and then your final product, you can finally pick up your wool from the sheep at the end. Alright, I'm not going to do the rest of it because we're not going to get enough for another bale. So we'll fold that up. So we got our baling done. Now just let me go in and see if it reset the count. No, see, 62. So we made 62 bales in all 3 fields. So it was slightly a little bit less than 29 bales in that field, because if we had 29 and 29 in both fields, then we'd only have about 4 or 5 in that small field. And I think we made, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 in that one. We made 29, so that is 38. And 38 to 62 is 20 bales? No, 38 to 62. 62, 48, 58. We made 24 bales in field 10. Nope. Let's straighten this up a bit so when I start backing it up, it's not... No, I'm thinking, I don't know if I bought a water tanker for this map yet or not. We might have to buy a water tanker so we can bring water to our animals. So there you go, guys. Look at that. We got our baling done. Now we just got to... in our next episode now, we'll create some silage bales and bring all that back to the farm. We'll get our cows in, and then our slurry pit will slowly start filling up. So what I'm actually going to do now is we're going to come here. Now I don't know if I got to get out of the tractor to do this. Yep. So just let me jump out of the tractor, and we're going to get a bunch of cows. Actually, wait, now let's back out first. I'm going to take out a loan, and we're going to borrow 250,000 pounds. There we go. So we're going to borrow that. And we are going... I don't like them Brahmins. Brahmin Rind. So we're going to get some of these ones. So look at the different prices. Look, I just noticed that. Look at the different prices. If I go with them, they're 27. They're 25. They're 39. Oh, cool. So we'll get one. We'll get 10 of them. We're going to get 10 of each kind. And that'll be a good start. So we'll have 40 cows to start. And that's going to cost us 164,000 pounds. So now we have our cows. Now I'm going to have to start closing this gate. so our cows don't get out. Now, as I'm driving back now, I'm going to go make sure... I don't think I did purchase a water tanker. Now, I don't know if the water fill point on this map is the same. It used to be right here. That was... and it probably still is. Yeah. Alright, now we're going to go over and purchase our sheep. Now these ones are all the same price. So, how much are they? They're 15, so we'll get 10 of each of these as well. And we'll confirm that. So now we got some sheep. So there you go, guys. Look at that. We got some animals. We have some animals. Now let's go back in. Okay, guys. So I'm going to leave this episode here. So when we come back on Oakfield Farms, we will feed the animals. It'll be still the same day, so it's not like they're going to go starving. We'll feed our animals. We'll get some water for them. We'll pick up all of our bales and get them brought to the farm. I don't know if I'm going to make TMR right away, so they'll have to probably just use... or maybe we will. Maybe I'll get a TMR maker, and we'll start making some TMR for the cows. And we'll get the sheep and all that fed and everything else. So guys, I really want to say thanks for tuning in to this episode. Check Morpheus out today on the challenge with Nick the Hick and the gang. I'll be there, and later on this evening I will be going live on Mercury Farms. We're bringing something pretty cool into the farm tonight, so please join in and watch that. And guys, you guys have a great day, and we'll see you all in the next one. So take care.